This is Vicki Dinnel, and this video is going to be about the forehead. As you can see, we look for the shape of the forehead. Now, these are just some sketches that I did. I don't sketch ahead of time, but for these people, I use like 10 or 12 different pictures in photos. And so I just look to see how big is their forehead, what is the shape of their forehead. I go over the eyebrows and in between the eyes. And if you're taking a picture, if you're following a famous person, their photos that you see are all copyright. So what you're doing is you're not copying a photo. You're looking at a lot of photos to see the shape. See, now this person has a little rounder top, and I just look at the shape, and I scribble the shape onto the paper, and I go over the eyebrows and in between the eyes, and then I measure the nose to how wide it is compared to the forehead. Then I'm just going to make a line down. I'm just going to paint a line to the end of the nose, where the end of the nose goes. I don't worry about how wide it is at the top or the bottom. I just make a swipe down to where the end of the nose would be. Then you're looking at this guy, and he's got almost a rectangular forehead over the eyebrows. And like I say, I don't make this sketch. I'm just trying to show you an example. When I'm looking at a lot of different pictures of this person, I see this is the shape of his forehead. Now I'm going to look at how long is his nose compared to the forehead, and it's the same length as the width of the forehead. And so I go ahead and I make the line down to the bottom of the nose. And you don't worry about details right now. And the hair, if you don't get it quite right, you can use the hair and the details to make corrections later. But you want it as close as you can. In this one, you can see she has kind of an interesting kind of dip at the top. Her hair goes straight back from her forehead. It doesn't come across her forehead at all. And so I'm looking at a lot of different pictures of her, and I'm saying about what does her forehead look like. And her nose is about the same length as her forehead is wide, or tall, however you want to say it. And so here's another one, and he has like a rectangular, it kind of bows across the top. And so I'm looking at the picture that has all the different photos of him, say what does his forehead look like, and I scribble in what I think his forehead looks like. As you can see, I even got a little bit over the top. It's okay because the hair will cover that up later. And I'm measuring the length of the nose, and I'm just going to make a swipe down to where the end of the nose would come. Sometimes you can measure it with a pen if that's more accurate than just holding your fingers out, especially if you have a photo. If somebody's mailed you a photo or you've taken photos, I like to take photos when I'm at a street fair, because that way I can get the lighting the same, and I can have them look right at me, and then I say, give me a Mona Lisa smile. Now you see this person, their hair is going across their forehead, so I just put the forehead about where it would be. I don't have to go underneath where the hair would go. And I'm measuring the length of the nose, and I'm going to do the same thing, come down to the bottom. Now, let's try a real photo. Now, the photos they send you a lot of times are off your phone or whatever, and you can see that her head is tilted just a little bit. So what I did is when I put the paper on my pad, I printed out and I put it a little bit crooked so she would be straighter. Now, I'm looking at what does the shape of her forehead look like. Now, this is what I would have done with all the other photos. The other pictures that we were working on. I put my hand out and I say to myself, this is about how big I'm going to make the person, the face. So I say, okay, this is about the shape of the forehead. Then I'm going to look at the nose, just like we did on the other ones. What is the length of the nose to the top of the forehead? And then I'm going to, see, you can also measure it on the photo with a pen or something a little bit smaller. That's kind of fat to measure with. And so then I just make the line down like that. And that is about all we're going to do today. And then The next video is going to be cheeks, chin, ears. Come on back.